allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé.
Hello there. Good
morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are tuning in this hour. And please, if you have if you have read the caption of the broadcast, I hope you read beyond the caption. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it. Hear it. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Mayegun today, and we are starting this evening with the updates on the kidnapped children by thiefnubu. So this morning, the Federal High Court in Abuja decided to sort of struck out the treasonable charges against these minors, and they went on to release 119 of them. But as predicted last night, indeed, they went on to put up a show to display thiefnubu's benevolent, thiefnubu's generosity, thiefnubu's kind-heartedness. After 95 days in detention, even the police IG is changing his own position now. Remember, these children were charged. Those who are minors, among them 76. Others who are above 18 years of age, they've all been released. Not all of them, but yeah, there are still some of them in detention as we speak. But today, thiefnubu's regime released 119 of them, and then they handed them over to shittyman inside the Assholerock, where they put up a show. Like, the only thing they didn't do was to dress them up like they did to the Chibok girls, Dapchi girls, Kankara boys, Kajuru boys, and so many other kidnapped victims under Boko Haram's murderous regime. But, like I said, they are so predictable. So we are going to go to Abuja this evening to shoot you what happened this morning. And then how it ended inside the Assholerock in Abuja. You ready? Let's start with that this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Abuja.
So what is happening in Nigeria? He's 16 years old, and this is 15. And he's sick. One of the prosecutors was lying before the camera, before the media, that they are married suspects or defendants, which is lying. I found it a disgrace in the eyes of the public. How possible this kind of a juvenile, a minor, we will assume as a man, underage to be prosecuted? The slap in the eyes of the public and the international society. We cannot longer take this. The federal government should consider, and we must hold the Inspector General of Police accountable for longer detention, despite the fact that he has an order of the court for detaining them. But carrying them all the way from Kano, alleged offense has been committed in Kano. The protest has committed or conducted in Kano. They brought them from Kano to Abuja to prosecute in federal high court. Are we even determining the progress of this court? Is it right? I call the attention of our National Assembly dissenters that they should stop. They should stop. I want that they should stop the process of extension of passage of that bill to the 10 work of the Inspector General. In fact, in a developing country, he should have been fired. He should be fired because he is responsible of their long-list detention and he is responsible of everything that happened to this young man. Thank you very much.
There's information on they need the number. We need the
Sorry.
Please sit down.
When they came out to protest against hunger in August, and then thiefnubu's DSS, they went straight to the streets of Kano, Kaduna, Borno, and across northern Nigeria, where they picked up these minors from. And they said, because they were waving flags, Russian flags, they automatically qualified them for plotting to overthrow thiefnubu. You see, everyone that showed up there that you saw in that video that are now interested in them, majority of them pretended that these children never existed. In fact, locking them up in Kuje prison, in the IRS notorious abattoir, it's called abattoir in Abuja, never really got the interest of the politicians and their ass lickers, some of them who showed up in that court today. Okay? They were not in existence until a few days ago, which was like about 4 days ago, when they were brought to court for trial in a federal high court. And that got the attention of a lot of you. For some of us have already been like covering this, where they've given it a total media blackout, but it backfired. Like I said yesterday, the police IG at first doubled down, where he came out to say those children who were fainting, those malnourished looking children that were fainting inside courts, that their lawyers told them to be acting the drama, they will face the full wrath of the law. They were sounding pretty much powerful until they realized that this one is own goal. It's like scoring an own goal against yourself. The rest of the world in this day and time, the rest of the world will not see it that way. In fact, it will it will accelerate. Given that Nigeria, the exact tag of human rights abuses, including minors abuses. So they decided to retract. Now, a majority of them are retracting all of the nonsense they said. I have not heard from Muyiwa Adejobi, the Olori Buku police PRO, that told us that as long as you are older than 7, you can stand trial for treason. Treasonable felony, where if found guilty, they will be killed. Yeah, death is the punishment for treasonable felony. So, today, a lot of lawyers showed up as well, including Femi Falana and others, who came up to hear the oral presentation of the people from the Attorney General's office, who came to say, okay, we are dropping the charges against all of these children. Now we admit that they are children. The police IG is now ordering for a probe, because there is there are speculations that some of them possibly have died in the custody of the policemen, because the real account of what they did to them for 3 months is beginning to come out now. And they are trying to do a lot of a cover-up and possibly get some heads to roll. Even though in the northern part of Nigeria right now, they are now asking for the head of Igbetokun. But here is where Shittyman also got involved. Usually they would take them to go and see thiefnubu, but no, they took them to go and see Shittyman. And the governor of Kano State, governor of Kaduna State, they were invited to come and collect the children who are now being claimed to have won a scholarship and welfare package from the federal government as well as their state government. The abandoned Alimajiri children. To them, their responsibility is now the responsibility of governments as a cover-up. So they took them into Assholerock today, where Shittyman welcomed them and handed them over to these two state governors and other representatives of some of the states there to make themselves look good. But, you know, it's probably already too late, if you ask. But let's go back in there to the rest of what happened.
Sit, please, can you sit?
Let's just quickly get your take on exactly what has happened today.
The Minister of Justice sent in the deputy this morning. So, in exercise of its powers, in section 174, 1 and 3 of the Constitution, to take over the matter of its continuous sale against the children of the person who has been in detention under prosecution since the 2nd of August 2023. To us, I think it's a very good step in the right direction. The discontinuance of the charge against these persons who charges against them in the first place is quite illegible and offensive, has been condemned globally. So, in the exercise of these powers to take over this particular functions, I think it's the right and appropriate. But to us, I think this is the first right step in the right direction. There are other steps that must be taken by the government for healing of these young persons and children to be properly, to be effective. The second step, which we think we must take with urgent step, is the issue of the rehabilitation and education of these young persons. Under Section 18 of the Constitution, the government owes the duty to educate these young persons. Under Section 2 of the UPEC Act and several other international obligations and treaties that the country is a signatory to, these young persons must be educated by the government free of charge. Compulsory universal basic education must be accorded to these young persons from the primary school to the university. I think this is a duty on the government that must be carried out to the fullest by the government after this discontinuance of this charge. I look forward to seeing these children being united back with the families and reset to school by the government on scholarship from now till the end of all this school. If you take
Cases fired against protesters by the government. 2 have been struck out this morning. So we're expecting that the government will also withdraw the 3rd one, which concerns about 11 people. That one is still pending in this court. It's coming up this week, later this week, Friday.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Are you happy with the proceedings today, sir?
But we also expect the federal government to take steps.
Why now? Why are you doing that now? Why are you doing that?
I'm calling on the federal government to take steps to return these children to their homes and then embark on rehabilitating them. And as we apply to the court, to also enroll them in schools. We are also calling on the governments of Kaduna and Kano states to take urgent steps to have these children particularly taken back to their homes. Yesterday, 19 people were also charged in Borno State, including minors. Again, we are calling on the government to discontinue all cases pending in different states with respect to the August protest. I'm also aware that 16 people are standing trial in Kano. Initially, 632 were arraigned.
Just wait.
Thank you, Vice President, most loyal Vice President in the history of this country. taking to the fullest the President's directive.
For 93 days, none of these political criminals actually deemed it fit to look for these children. Yeah, they pretended that they didn't know. Everyone is acting brand new, including Shittyman. Kano governor didn't know. But the truth of the matter is that some of them are still being tried for treasonable felony in Borno State, in Kano State, and few others like Ijigawa. Here you get. So this one only caught the attention of millions of people all over the world. And it's backfired. Like, you know, the intention was to use them as prop to scare the rest of you that might be interested in joining any future protest against thiefnubu, but it backfired. They miscalculated. I don't know if any damages, any damages is done or something. I'm not sure, but it is Nigeria. The worst can happen, and it will never have any real consequences, no? But let's just keep it on the record for posterity's sake, for the future generation that need to actually see this. Our guy actually did a piece on that. Mr. Funny.
Cell where they put very dark man inside, at least make he stop to the talk, stop to the discover things. He reached there, discover another thing.
Now this boy,
that guy has proven that no place where he did, no define things. He cannot shut his mouth. They put the very dark man inside cell. You don't even think as they come out like this, they discover something, they are in minors.
10 years old boy, right? Me and this boy inside cell.
Those people go say, oh, not again. He just say not be very dark man, be Daniel. Daniel in the lion's den. When they put inside lion's den, he did there, they praise God. That is, you don't get any circumstance, any situation where you put them, where you know go there, they fight for one thing or the other. All the people where they put inside cell, at least they put you inside cell. If you come out like this, you go mellow, they go back your house. Go bath first. This one no bath. They say, can you imagine? I'm just coming out now from cell. Go house now. If you watch the video well, you go see here police. All the people where they look at, even lawyers. they observe this guy. You the Chris. Now no place is safe for them. You say make you put them for sale, you go discover. You go discover on corruption there. Just they torment people. As he talk and finish. As he talk, say then they are minors. They carry minors put inside cell since. As he talk and finish, see as they come out, they debunk them. Lawyers.
These boys that we brought to the court today, all of them are adults.
So they are no kids. Many of them are married.
Most of them are married men.
They are men adults, don't be children. As people begin to release more videos, the man even talks, say some of them are graduates.
Some of them are university graduates.
As he talk that thing finish like this, people begin to release more videos. As the video leak, release, people can't understand, say true. Now minors, now police come out again. Contact say in Nigeria, once you're up to 7 years.
Once you're more than 7, you can be charged to court.
I can't shock. Not be 18 again. I think say 18, now be adults. The man talk say the people where they no fear are in, now people where they on from 5 years. So once you reach 7 years, They fit carry you go court and you go answer. I got the ask. This thing where they talk drink responsibly, not to be sold to person under 18. It is not the reduce. People cigar, we won't buy you. They try make them know whether they go there responsible in their words. That one not be for Nigeria police or Nigeria system. Imagine where then they arrange minors, but it's a court na good day. What you want do? 7 years, some people never enter primary school. And they tell you they go arrange you. If not say bury that man now discover this thing. If you no say the thing don't reduce to 7 years. That is now if 7 years come buy cigar, give them. You know they 5. All the movies when they write plus 18, they go clean them. Write them plus 5. They just they discover things for Nigeria. This way we don't know. I got they ask, the democracy way they practice for Nigeria, they different from the one where they practice abroad. What are we doing? Very dark man, you do this one though.
Like that. It just make the fool of themselves. The police IG came out with what we saw with our 2 eyes. Police IG came out and said those children were told to be acting dramas by their lawyers. And people started questioning, this police IG get family like this? Like, is he actually a father? Is RCCG pastor too? Why are they kind of always have all these wicked people inside RCCG? Adeboye's church. Why are they always like criminals? Most of your pastors are criminals. 419, certificate forgers, looters, and then very, very wicked souls. Why are they always in RCCG? Why? Or is it because RCCG is part and parcel of APC, Egbekegbe, the prayer wing of APC, Egbekegbe, or what? There is connection, no? There's actually connection. Wicked souls. Then they said that once this whole thing, when the shit don't hit the fan, right? The Office of the Attorney General, Minister of Justice claimed that he was never aware. You are not aware that your office is prosecuting children. How? Since we are not aware, so they were now waiting for thiefnubu. They now said thiefnubu has given the directive that the children should be released. Okay, so it is not even the Office of Attorney General who see that minors are being tried that should, exercise his own power under your supposed law. It is thiefnubu who ordered him to go up. Okay, fine. Then the police IG now said they have to probe the people that arrested the children, kidnapped the children, locked them up for over 3 months, failed to feed them. How can you lock children up for 3 months and not feed them? How? What kind of hatred? What kind of cold-heartedness be that? So now the police IG don't backtrack. He wants to investigate. He wants to investigate how the children got to Abattoir in Abuja, how some of them were locked up in Kuje prison in Abuja. They would have to arrest and prosecute anybody found guilty. Really? I hope they get this guy, especially this guy. I hope they arrest
Most of them are married men. None of them is a minor. Most of them are married men. None of them is a minor. Most of them are...
Did you see those 2 guys behind him? They were laughing.
Most of them are married men. None of them is a minor.
How could people be so callous, so evil? All because you are doing thiefnubu's work. So if the police IG is looking for those to hold responsible, people like that should be the first to be arrested. First, they lose their job. Then you arrest them, okay, for crime against minors. Yeah. Then sack yourself. Egbetokun needs to sack himself. And he himself should be put on trial too. Yeah, abuse of minor. And there are so many crimes that you can pop up out there from your criminal acts that can send the Egbetokun and the rest of them to maybe minimum of 6 months in jail. Send them to jail. I know. It's probably never going to happen. Right? But we'll leave that for now. Have you seen the Igbe's interview on channels? Sorry, I need to warm this my room. He was responding to several stuff, including when the recent podcast of Peter Obi, where Peter Obi spoke about the broken system that you have in Nigeria, where people are praying for miracle money, miracle alert, or they are spending their days in churches looking for miracles to pay their bills, when if the country is working, these are supposed able-bodied men and women that could be put into something useful, productive with their lives, that instead of going to night vigils, they can be going to night shifts. And then the Christian fanatics, the tithe merchants, pulpit bandits, pastorpreneurs, they lost it all. And they went for him. Some are even saying that because of him saying something about people getting productive and stop hoping for miracle money, miracle alert, he should forget about 2027. All right. Then he said something about a man that was going everywhere, screaming, Emi lo kan, Yoruba lo kan. Now he is there today. Are the Yorubas or anybody buying the bread cheaper? Or they choose those ones who are like the fanatic Christians. Christians, they call themselves, who decided to misquote him and intentionally twist what he said. Similarly, Igbe was on Sheun's program on channels. So we are going to deal with this in parts and respond to it. Here is the first one.
I saw that you visited President Bola Tinubu.
Yes, I want to say a friend. I want to say a good man, an administrator, a man that is evidently concerned. I was shocked. He told me that, look, I know there's a lot of criticism, but I'm busy and I am focused on what I'm doing. I see a man that is passionately concerned, resolutely committed, and determined to work, even at his age.
You saw that only in the few minutes you met with him?
I didn't meet him. I was with him for 1 hour. Give me a break. I could. That's what I even prayed with him. Because I was so impressed.
Literally, like prayers, like Christian prayers?
Yes, I held his hands. His son was there while he was there. And I prayed for him. Because I saw a genuine person.
Are you a pastor now, or you're just like the Christian?
I'm an evangelist.
Oh, okay.
You know that.
All right.
And I really don't have any much more concern in this country, except that it must work. And we must, if for it to work, we've got to support whosoever is on seat. This gentleman happened to be a good friend that I've known for a long time. And I am very certain about his capacity and capability.
And
I've said it before.
someone that you have heavily criticized also.
Yes, because we have never been in the same party, but you understand that that's politics. But
it's interesting that you have suddenly changed your mind.
I didn't change my mind.
You became a firmer believer now. When I came out, your political standpoint.
No, sir. When I came out to run for president under PDP, you will recall on the let anybody go and check my Twitter space. On the 21st of March, 2022, I said if Bola Tinubu wins the nomination of the APC, he's going to do well. I said that.
Do you think he's doing well right now?
He's doing exceedingly well, and he's going to do much, much better. Bola Tinubu needs understanding, not undermining.
Okay.
He needs.
Okay. Just a little of. Let's put things in perspective.
Yeah.
So that we don't offend the sensibility of our viewers, and I wouldn't like any of my guests on the program.
I'm giving my own opinion.
But your opinion is not gospel. It might not be factual.
You cannot say it's not factual.
It might be. So when you say that, and that's why I wanted you to take a pause to explain what you meant by the fact that the Bola Tinubu government is doing very well.
He's doing well.
So what do you mean well?
I told you, Sheon.
In what sense?
Sheon, even here, I told you before. By benefit of hindsight now, and thank God, Almighty God is all wise. Of all the three major candidates that ran for that election, none of them, except Bola Tinubu, could have faced this quagmire in which you are, would have had the heart to breast it and the knowledge and the resources to do what he's doing. I am telling you for a fact.
Doesn't this sound like a betrayal to a man you said was the best man for the job? Peter Obi.
I spoke English. I said,
and I'm responding in English.
I said by the benefit of hindsight.
Now the question is what has changed?
There's no betrayal.
What have you seen that is different now? And Peter Obi has been explaining how there is a derailment in the policy direction of this government. What he thought he was going to do and do differently in the handling of the economic policies and the policies and governance direction.
Has Peter Obi told you what he will do if he was president? Has he told you?
Yeah, he has said it.
What did he say?
He said. He said he was going to do differently. He's going to focus on productivity. Yeah. He's going to focus on production. He's going to make Nigerians work.
Talk is cheap.
So you don't believe in Peter Obi any longer?
It's not that I don't believe in Peter Obi. Peter Obi was a damn good candidate when we got him.
You sold him to Nigerians.
But we lost that election. And a better man won.
And you don't think
it's a competition.
You don't think that what you sold is as someone who marketed Peter Obi, and now you are thinking
with all sincerity of purpose
and you thought that Peter Obi was better than Tinubu, was better than Atiku.
That's what I thought.
But now you don't think he is.
Now, from seeing what Bola Tinubu is doing and his disposition, and especially after seeing him yesterday, I am more than convinced that if this gentleman is given understanding and time, he's going to get out of this problem. And I'm telling you, none of these other two people would have done anything better. No. You heard him what he said.
You know there was a very viral statement. They coined one word. They said T-pain. That was what they came about. And when they will probably get at you on social media and start reminding you what T-pain means, you probably will have an answer for them.
T-pain means temporary pain. That's what it means.
Those who coined it, that was not what they meant.
No, you don't know. I'm telling you, God has a fortuitous way of working things out. When they wrote T-pain, I was happy because that is exactly what it is. It's T-pain. It's temporary pain that will lead to an extensive, pleasantry and something good for the nation.
And with a matter of time. We hope that the T-pain will turn to P-gain, permanent gain. So if it's a temporary pain, hopefully Nigerians will get a permanent gain.
It looks even sicklier than it was the last time I saw him. Kooolu is one character of a man that every young man should pray against growing old to become. If you are a young person, when you are praying to get old, you should pray never to become an old man like Kooolu. That person, his job usually right, is a political jobber. He was one of those who kind of were like licking the ass of Obasanjo back then. And then when Jonathan came, he was in fact abusing Jonathan before Jonathan now gave him a job, and he started praising Jonathan. And it was a guy who said Nigerians should be grateful that Jonathan was improving the locomotive trains back then. That's the best Nigeria deserved. But a lot has happened since then. It was charged for corruption, convicted for corruption. He's an ex-convict. He went to jail. He is among the politicians that, despite the corrupt system that you have in that place, they still found him guilty of corruption, and he went to jail. Yeah, he did. He said he met with thiefnubu, and what thiefnubu needs right now is time. A lot of people believe that Doyin Okuigbe was one of those people who told Obi to leave PDP when the likes of Wiki and the rest of them frustrated his ambition then. Others are believing that Doyin Okuigbe was actually working for thiefnubu. You are giving him too much credit, because that's not what happened. But today, with the way he's been moving, before he finally had a one-on-one with thiefnubu, he's been running mad in the media anyway. And yesterday, he told the whole world that they will no longer keep quiet whenever people abuse or insult thiefnubu, because thiefnubu is the apple of their eyes in southwest Nigeria. thiefnubu was talking about Omulokon. He actually campaigned on Emilokon. It is my turn, which started in Abeokuta when he was meeting with the APC delegates. He said, if not for him, Buhari would never be president of Nigeria. And he had an agreement with Buhari that don't cry. We will do our best to make sure that you become president, okay? Then after you, it will be the turn of Yorubas. And when it becomes the turn of the Yorubas, it will be my turn. It will be me. Then he went on. After buying the APC, Egbetokun presidential tickets, he actually launched or built his campaign on Yoruba Lokon, Emi Lokon. So Peter Obi was kind of talking like, in a general term, that if anybody tells you that support me because I'm a Muslim, support me because I'm a Yoruba or I'm a Hausa or I'm a Igbo or anything, they are only kind of deceiving you. Because no Yoruba or nobody anywhere in Nigeria is buying anything cheaper. Right? He even said that the issue with Bobrisky and co, they're just mere distraction. Okay, in his own kind of like talking way, right? Obi was like, if the women, that you are a woman, that you have a special price for you as a woman in Nigeria today, like a lot of people will begin to dress like Bobrisky just to get a discount. So similarly, he said the same thing about thiefnubu, who was everywhere shouting Yoruba Lokon. Today, even though he's a Yoruba man in charge today, the Yorubas are not buying anything cheaper in any part of Nigeria and say, okay, it's cheaper there because they are Yorubas. No, it simply means that these guys are selfish and it's all about themselves, and they will use anything and say anything just to gain that power, only to abandon the people. Doyin Okuigbe picked that, and some Eronukus were also kind of running mad on social media that the Yorubas voted for him. In fact, see all of you Yorubas that voted for Obi, we told you, look at what he said about Yorubas. What did he say? There's somebody who was everywhere shouting Yoruba Lokon. Yoruba local. They even have a song for it. I'm going to show you all of that this evening. But here is how IG Igbetokun responded to that. A total ass slicker. Nah. See, if you are going to grow old and become somebody like this, it better make you die young. Honestly.
You took a hit at your former principal.
Then did you see why he twisted the T-pain, thiefnubu's pain to temporary pain? It's unfortunate that somebody like this, he looks so sick, right? He may even be dead before 2027. That some of you will not have the chance of possibly replaying this video for him. It looks like he's so close to dying anyway. But listen.
You took a hit at your former principal, Mr. Peter Obi.
I didn't take a hit. No.
Yeah, you said to him, you criticized him on Twitter based on his comment on an online.
I corrected him. I cannot hit Peter Obi. I am sentimentally attached to Peter Obi. Peter Obi.
How do you balance it?
Listen to
You're
me.
attached to Peter Obi.
Hold on now.
You
know, Peter Obi was my project. You know, and I am part and parcel of those who built Peter Obi up. I can't publicly, denigrate that or break down that house. No, I won't do it. But, when the sensibilities of some of us are affected, we, especially when it becomes, a zonal matter. I mean, when you take entire Yoruba race, you call them out. I'm an elder statesman and primarily, first and foremost, a Yoruba man. If I cannot speak the truth at my age, then there's no point to live. What Peter Obi said was wrong. To say that a Milokon, they should now ask people in Ogun State whether they are buying bread. When Bola Tinubu said a Milokon, he was not addressing the nation. He was not addressing a rally. He was addressing, APC delegates in the premises of Ogun State government who are going to APC convention that they should vote for him. And he said, look, and he was speaking in Yoruba, and there's nothing wrong with that. He said, look, I helped to form this party. I helped to do this. Buhari contested election first, he lost. Second, he lost. Third, he lost. Then, I came in and I helped him to become president. I also helped your son to become vice president. Even Biodun
called him a lady.
Whatever it is, he said, even this governor, I helped him. It is now my turn. What's wrong with that? He said it in Yoruba. I am the next in line for this office. It's legitimate. It was not tribalistic. It was not, it was not a Yoruba thing. It was just something that said, look, I haven't been this leader that has done so much. I should be given a chance to give a shot at it. So, when Obi makes that statement, it insults us. I was a Yoruba man. I'm not blind and I'm not crazy. I left everything and I followed Obi. Obaba Obasanjo, for the first time in his political career, left his circle of influence, Babangida, Abdul Salam, Tiwa Danjuma and co, and he deviated for once and, came to support Obi.
Do you regret do you regret supporting Peter Obi?
I don't, because...
Would you do it again?
If, they say that there's a problem, I cannot do it again. You know why? Because the reason why I did it was that this, what we agreed was that a southern president must emerge. All right? And, but that's what I'm saying. Babadibanjo called me and said, if a southern president must emerge, which zone must it come? Let's be honest and truthful. I said Southeast. So let's support them. Now, if all these, or Shitokun, all of us, if all these eminent Yoruba people supported you, why now bring us down publicly? It's wrong. That's what I did. I didn't take a jab. I just called, and listen to me, Sheo. From now on, we are no longer going to keep quiet for people who just think they can insult Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu in the southwest is the apple of our...
Nuisance, Lele.
You see how he's struggling? Agbalagba, agbaya, àwọn àgbà radarada. See how he's struggling to kind of like spin it and spin it. Man, we should always be grateful to the internet and the social media. You know, the internet will never forget. I mean, thiefnubu was everywhere. Even those who were Yorubas, who supported thiefnubu, they were all singing along and everywhere. Yoruba Lokon. There were countless videos of, say, you want me to go and vote for Moyibo? You want me to go and shake Kokiniko? And he's asking today that in Ogun State, where he told them that where he started the Emilokon from, are they buying bread cheaper today? No, they are not. So practically, when I have said that too on this platform, that when thiefnubu said Emilokon, you worries. I don't know if some of you still probably have a chance or you still get money to watch me. Either you are from, you are watching from Nigeria or you are watching from abroad. I don't know if you still have the temerity to sit down and watch my ego. You worries, you okonu alaye bajes. They were screaming, Emilokon, 2 years ago. Today, some of you have entered back into your sewage. You have run back into your hell holes. I told you, I said, that they said Yoruba Lokon. That didn't mean that it was you. He's talking about you. He's talking about himself. He's talking about the people within his circle. And that's exactly what happened. That is what is happening now. So if somebody now says it's an offense, or to ask that, are the Yorubas buying anything cheaper today? And then some of you are like, but Yorubas voted for you. Why would you say that? What is wrong with you? It is to remind the majority of those ones, if you voted for him, like if you voted for Obi, for those of you who are voting, right? If you voted for him or not, why would you take offense? As if to say it didn't happen. As if to say they didn't call you Omoali. So have you now fallen in love with thiefnubu? Because it's Yoruba? Especially you, the Ronukus, the Olori Buku Alaye Baje Omoali days of Yoruba land. Our people have now fallen even further into abject poverty. Our children are dropping out of schools. Education has become so destroyed that it's become like unaffordable anymore. Are you not ashamed that you are now possibly like taking offense? Why are you taking offense? This one is for the Ronukuso. But to those of you who claim to vote for Obi, I voted for him. How can he say that? What do you want him to say? He's asking you a question. Especially those of you who are like the Ronukus. He's asking a question. Is this what you bargained for? I'm asking you, is this what you bargained for? When you were all jumping about, calling your fellow Yorubas Omoale for this druggy, we don't know him, Papa. We deny him, Mama. Nobody knows his what do you call his family members, his siblings, or anybody, his schoolmates, nothing about him. But you called your fellow Yorubas Omoale only for you to come and enter T-Pen, where all of you are now going through hell today. How are you feeling now? That agbalagba radarada, that agbaya. Atokumaku amonoruma lo. Donyoku igbe. I'll show you the videos of how thiefnubu ran his campaign on Yoruba Lokon. Awa Lokon. And these ones are not they are not APC delegates. Let me show you some of them, including the Awujale of Ijebu land. Awujale Ijebu land. That one too now a criminal, one of the Olori Buku Obas that contributed, right, to the backwardness of Yoruba land. A contractor, a political contractor Oba, who desecrated the stool, a supposed historical stool of the Ijebu people. And we have the Ijebus who are so gullible, so stupid, to still bow their head for that old man. Sikiru Adetono, Awujale Ijebuland. The man that was, it's so despicable. I don't know how to describe him. That his own city, Ijebu Ode, ancient Ijebu Ode, was supposed to be a go-to beautiful city. He became a contractor of Ogun State contractor. Go to Ijebu Ode. The number one person that is collecting the contract for the road construction in Ijebu Ode is the same Adetono. What did he do? He was so happy to welcome this druggie today. At Ijebu, at Ifel, at Oyo, at the entire Yoruba land, Yoruba people. They are facing the hell, and they are telling them not to blame thiefnubu, that thiefnubu is, in fact, they said, if not because of thiefnubu, Yorubas will not have any mouth in Nigeria today. Oda, what is your mouth in Nigeria today, Yorubas? A drug dealer. I had this Igbimo, this Olori Bukuwiris that decided to report my channel the other day. Remember them? Those ones who claim to be Igbimo more Yoruba or something. Or this they call their fellow Yoruba Somali for not bowing for this drug dealer. Today, everywhere is, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know. I'll show you some. I'll come back to it.
First of all, let me thank you. We have seen it. If you do me good, I will do you good. And if you do good on the other side, we will do good on this side. That is Emeloko. Is that not Emeloko? Emeloko. Emeloko. Asiwaju has done good. It is his turn. It is your turn. It is our turn. If you chop alone, you will die alone. He did not chop alone. So it is his turn to chop too. And that is why Emelokun is very important. So you will hear the voice of Emelokun very soon.
Yes. I said in my language, in the appropriate place, where Abiola is a descendant, a chief, a son of the soil, a Emelokun. Any Yoruba man, any person who understands Yoruba, we know the meaning Emelokun. It's my turn. And in some churches today, it has become a prayer.
sọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́run gba ọ̀dọ̀ yín sọ̀rọ̀ ní ó ti kàn ẹ́ ọlọ́run má yẹ kó kàn wá fara Oyi biribiri, oyi kan mi o. Oyi biribiri.
Oyi kan wá o, ṣé ọba mi. Oyi kan wá o, àánú Olúwa yìí kan wá. Kẹ́pẹ́ ọba mi, kẹ́pẹ́.
Yes. Eléyìí wọ̀ ìgbà tó bá ṣọdún bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àfọyẹ.
Àmín, àmín, àmín.
Ètò àwọn yìí ọlọ́run àjẹ́ pé dá o.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run àjẹ́ kú bẹ̀.
Àmín.
lọ́wọ́ yín púpọ̀. ní ẹni òfò ní ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmọ̀ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
Do you see that? So the internet never forgets. On Mayegun's Diary Politico, we keep record of all of these things. So even if they want to try to twist it later, we will not let them get away with it. Our children will see all these videos. They will remember the roles played by this Olori Bruku Babas, Olori Bruku Yas, all these Ashiriadas, who are pretty much, as we say, the Olori Brukus also grow old too. Our people have lost so much today. And you probably will never really find out if it was going to be the other way around. In case, I mean, like, if this never happened, maybe it would have been the other way, but you will never find out. So we won't let them change the history, what really happened, what led everybody to this. Today, it's not just the Yoruba, so Nigerians have become poorer. No thanks to thiefnubu and his gang. And this is just the beginning. It is just the beginning. So the likes of Doyo Kwigbe and others that they are paying to lie to you, they can get paid, they can lie and do all of that, but it will be a selective ignorance. It will be a selective amnesia for you to actually believe anything they say to you. Whether thiefnubu go do 8 years or 80 years, that's your problem. That's your own cup of tea. But what we will never let you change is the fact that somebody was moving everywhere then to make some of you gullible bastards of Yoruba land to believe that he was doing this in your own interest. Today, they're asking you to give him time, as if to say you have any choice anyway. You don't really have any choice per se, you know. So that was thiefnubu and his gang. So let's move to something else. A quick one. Remember that we are still looking for what happened to Lagbaja. Lagbaja is, you know, Lagbaja was, because we need to start using past tense for him now. We don't know where he is. We don't know what happened to him. The only information we last have of him was that he had a prostate problem or prostate cancer. Something that is man or man killer. Here you get. Lagbaja was supposed to go on medical leave. He was rushed outside Nigeria for medical treatment as a chief of army staff in Nigeria, appointed by thiefnubu. At a point, it was reported that he died, but we do not have any evidence what happened to him. Only for thiefnubu to appoint Oluleye, this other guy, Oluleye or something. Now, this guy, this old man, is a junior officer to this one, right? And there are other senior colleagues of his. So thiefnubu now appointed him as the acting chief of army staff. There's never been anything called acting chief of army staff in Nigeria history. So it is either you just get announced that this man has resigned, for unearthed ground to go and take care of himself. Sure you get. Or you sack him. And then you retire all other guys who are in his rank. But now, thiefnubu has promoted this man to the rank of Lagbaja. So they are now both lieutenant generals. Lagbaja is missing. Oluleye is now acting. So today, thiefnubu promoted him to lieutenant general. There are other people who are like a senior, major generals. So thiefnubu will also need to sack them or retire them, rather. He will need to retire them for this man to be able to act in that position properly. We don't know what they are playing. Or here was a thiefnubu this afternoon promoting the Oluleye to lieutenant general.
Honorable Ministers, Defense Chiefs are present, Navy, Air Force, Intelligence, and newly decorated Lieutenant General. It is a great honor and privilege for me to be able to decorate you and acknowledge you. This is a recognition of your commitment, dedication, and patriotism to our country. Your record in the Nigerian military speaks for itself. All you have been doing with your team is collaborating and ensure that the country is safe and stable. And I commend all of you being together and working together in the interests of this country. Your service to the nation and your entire armed forces is not to be forgotten. We will enjoy the fruit of your labor, and I congratulate you immensely, commend you to continue to do what you are doing and do it better for the sake of this country. We have no other country but this, and we owe a responsibility to our children and great children to come to hand over a nation that is a banner without stain. We are committed to that and do everything possible to encourage your men and women in the service and continue to keep you informed while I ready to listen to your various advices. All I can do on behalf of this country is to thank all of you for your commitment and dedication to see to the sovereignty and stability of this country. We are facing some challenges in security, but I will see progress being made. We must recognize that. Thank all of you, the Navy, the Air Force, the intelligence, and the synergy that existed between you is what has made this country calm and stable. And we need that stability to assure the citizen that prosperity is not far away from them. I will work to serve the country, serve the citizen. We are servants.
Nuisance leleyi.
Abawiri, it is my honor to decorate you today and to tell our people that we will leave a country, we'll hand over a country that is prosperous to them, and tell our people, show our people that prosperity is not far from them. It is my, what the heck? thiefnubu?
The farmer will make more money. Your lunch will not be imported. Cassava gari, yeah. The farmers will make money. The dinner will be cassava by
Turn the so-called Yahoo boys to experts in manufacturing and creation of chips that intercept an organ.
KOOLU. I love about. When IG said, is the best man for the job. Is when I sat with him and he told me, what the hell are you talking about? Somebody will not even make any reasonable kind of a sentence. You can't make any sense of whatever thiefnubu is saying. Is the guy that will drop all these buzzwords. You know, our children and prosperity, we must make sure that we give prosperity. I know that our people are hungry, but we have these reforms to make sure that cassava gari, and then, well, Nigeria is finished, man. We just leave it that way. Right. Children in Lagos are likely going to further drop out of, because you see the report of out of school children currently in Nigeria is put at 20.8 million out of school children. That's a lot. That's like 10% of Nigeria population. 16.5 million or so of that is from northern Nigeria. The remaining 3.5 or so is from southern part of Nigeria. Guess what? Over 1 million of them are from Lagos State alone, out of school children. In Lagos State alone, there will be more. So yesterday, parents of some of these those who are still in school, protested against the increased boarding fee. This one gives me a bit of a mixed feelings, right? Public school in Lagos State that also have boarding facilities. People have been paying 30,000 naira as the boarding house fee. So last month, Sowoiku increased it to 100,000 naira because of the cost of raising. I mean, you know, things are expensive now. So that is like let me see, that's about a 300% increase. So they protested in Lagos yesterday against that increase. Now I'm like, wait, things don't tough already. Why not just let your children go to school from the house? Then I now discover that how much are you going to give the child every day to go to school? Or maybe you should get the child registered in a school that is within your own vicinity. I've been trying to crack my brain around this, okay? Because these guys are tax collectors. They are rent seekers. So, is it ideal to advise parents to improvise or just support them to fight on? There must be something you benefit from your government as a people, Abi. But thiefnubu has removed subsidy on education, removed subsidy on a lot of things. And it doesn't give any damn, same as Sonweku, the women, oh sorry, the parents that protested in Lagos yesterday.
I am one of the monitoring committee.
No, let them finish. Let them finish. No, let them finish. Government an emergency. Government does not care. Ma, if Philip does not care, they will come out. Go back, but my back. This is my back on there. Go back on us. What? See parents who block you, this is what they call protest. The roads have been blocked for almost 2 hours. No vehicle has been moving. The road has been blocked for almost 2 hours. Whether state government is to you to the cry of the parents who could not pay 100,000 naira. From 35,000 to 100,000 naira. Who does that? Who does that? Where is the money? You find it difficult to feed. And you want them to pay 100,000 naira. Money for what? The bill is too much. The bill is too much from the parents.
It's too much. The parents can't pay it. It's expensive. You need to cut it down. Yeah, and all that. I support them. Fight for your children. Because it seems that's all you can actually really give to them in this broken Nigeria. Education. They will take it away from them as much as possible. So fight, and I wish them well. Everybody is on the edge right now in that place. So if anyone says to you that is not affected by all the happenings in Nigeria, they are either lying to you, or they are lying, which means that those who live in denial, right? Or they are really not well. Sometimes people are not well. They can't really sort of explain the reality per se. Everybody is having a shot. Everybody is having a bang of what the T-Pain is sharing. Just having it in different batches and in different sort of categories, so to say. Finally, tonight, a lot of you should, I don't know if this advice is really, really genuine, but I'm still going to give it anyway. And it is due to what happened somewhere in Lagos as well, where a young man that happened to be a vulcanizer close to an estate in Lagos ended up being an informant for kidnappers that kidnap people for ransom. So they don't kidnap una for all this area. I mean, for Lagos, we say una they pay ransom, but you know they tell anyone. I mean, they use and do KOOLU. So the police arrested the young man, a young man who has been an informant for kidnappers. So they will kidnap people, collect ransom. They will give him his own share. He will come back to work the following day. When they are looking for the people or when the victims are narrating their ordeals, he is always there to know more. And then he will give these kidnappers information about some of his own customers. You see, some estates in Lagos, for example, they do have vulcanizers at the entrance of their estate where you can fix your car and some other stuff, right? That is the story of this guy, but briefly, we'll share them.
Okay. Tire. Inside.
Yes.
As you change them, how much the money in Naira?
Now 200 and something thousand.
Now like
2 point something.
Yeah, 2 point something. That
2 million.
2 point something million.
2.9.
Yes, sir.
2.9 million.
Yes, sir.
Now you change them.
Yes, sir.
Now you relocate from that place. Yes. When do you leave that Aziz, where you have been for Coneza before? When do you leave it? After they give you the 2,000.
Yes, I come out there, yes.
After you collect the 2,000, you relocate to Epe.
Yes, I can't go Epe, yes.
Why do you relocate to Epe?
I just go. Why you say I just say I go.
Go hide your face. Go hide them there.
Come for it. But now Epe, I'm being indigenous of Epe.
So as you collect 2.9 million, now you go Epe.
Yes, sir.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
How many children?
2.
So for how long did they do this thing with them? How many years now did they do with them? Apart from these 2 people kidnapped, have you also participated in another one?
No, me I know they follow them.
I know. These 2 people they kidnapped, now you give them information. Another one day where you
The
give
3
them.
people with the general.
Okay, even general now you
Yes.
No,
shut up.
I don't know about that one.
Now general place, big boy they do for the
I did there.
Give me 1 minute.
What if that general they kidnapped?
That general go inside. Now get this boy they do for Canada first.
I know him, but I know the.
Now you give them information about
that
general.
one I know the amount. But this one, I know this time they won't carry this one. But that one I know the amount.
You know information about Fatai, the governor,
no,
the furniture man.
The furniture man, okay.
You are aware?
Yeah.
They say they give you 100,000.
Yeah.
Now lie, he passed 100,000.
Let me show them road that time.
Now you show them road to to enter to kidnapping.
Let me show them road.
So why they deny the general?
Why they deny general? I know them.
That general now they first kidnap.
That general. I don't know about that one that time. I don't know about that.
The place where they work before. But the place where they work before. That general they do trading.
I did there, but I don't know about that man. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
And that is the problem that bad leadership breeds. Some will say, thiefnubu caused that one too. No, not directly. When you have a failed system, a system that a lot of you have become so selfish, so personal and selfish, what it breeds is stuff like that. You are not really safe. I remember, see, I'm going to say this again, okay? I remember one of the motivators, one of the stuff that actually motivated me to start my Egun's Diary Political. And then I felt like I would never stop. Because if not for anything, for posterity, okay, I will never stop. exposing this rot. What was that? I discovered that the successive criminals in charge of that contraption from all level, at all level, they do not give a damn about anyone. But in that same regard, in their own ignorance, right, in their own foolishness, they are also putting their own lives in danger and the lives of the people they love too. And what does that mean? You see, any society that fails to prioritize education and then prioritize the people's supposed people's welfare per se, what you are building is an utopia society where none of us will be saved at the end of it all. You see those children that you see around, who have which government have no real plan for, okay? Some of you are looking at them in your fancy cars. Some of you are looking at them and seeing them from your fancy houses. Yeah, from your own tower houses, right? You have built fences to protect yourselves and your loved ones. You've provided security for them within your space and all that. Why millions of children have been abandoned by the system from across Nigeria. Now, you see these children, they are growing with no education, with no support system, with no training or no skill at all. Millions of them. But they will need to survive. Then you that managed to maybe get something for yourself from that rotten system. Let's assume that you make them, you don't make them. Or you don't jackpot like somebody like me. Jackpot. Working hard, day and night. The 3 shifts, 4 shifts. Working so hard to get to wherever you are today. Or wherever you dream to be tomorrow. Now, one thing is that you see those abandoned children that the society pretended that they are not existing. The majority of you are so focused on your lives that you do not even understand how many of these abandoned children, how many of these abandoned youngsters are roaming your streets, roaming your communities every day. They are likely going to end up just extorting us. I mean, in so many ways, violently. They will need to survive. So, you see, you will finally make it. Like you probably focus on yourself so much that everybody carrying in mama this thing. Sure you get. The criminal politicians are busy stealing and looting because they want to secure a better life for themselves and their families. You are so focused that you don't give a damn. You are not even interested in the characters that are holding sensitive positions, public offices. But you are so focused on yourself that all you care about is how you are going to make money too. Build houses, buy cars. That you don't know that 1 out of 1,000, maybe 1 out of 10,000 are those who are actually really achieving that goal of yours. If you have achieved yours, you are just 1 out of that 1,000, 1 out of that 10,000. What do you think happened to the remaining 9,999 in that society? There are some of them that will not go violent way, criminal way, but majority of them will go the criminal way. So when you finally make them, and you are driving down your fancy car in traffic, and you are seeing those children, buy handkerchief, buy wiper, buy this, buy that in that traffic. And somehow in your own air-conditioned car, you are thanking God that, man, that could have been me, oh, but thank God for my life. You have no idea. That same children, they are looking at you and they're like, why couldn't that be them? So one day, they won't have the resources to go after those who have stolen from them, denied them. They will come after those of you, those of us who are so focused that we don't care about who is their governor, who is their this or that. You know, I don't care. I'm just so focused about my life. They will come after you. And it's already happening. Because we are the easy target. The easy target. You go abroad, you go here. I mean, you hustle to become something. So that in your own little way, you could provide for your own family. You see those ones abandoned. They will target you. They will target me. We will be their victims. Because they will need, not be all of them go die. They will grow too. They will blame devil, blame whatever it is. So, but once you become their victim, you may never live to tell the story. And that is why when I do something on Mayegun's Diary Political, I do my best to get you connected to all the stories. Not because you are a direct victim, or you will be a direct victim, straight up. It is just so you know the society that you have allowed, or we have allowed, these criminals to create, the society that we will all live in, if all of us continue, right, to love our oppressors, love our criminals differently, like we normally do. We have family members who are part and parcel of these decision makers. Some of them are our friends, acquaintances. My friend is running to become a council chairman. Do you know that the commissioner for Kinika is we went to school together. You are indulging these rogues and criminals as long as your own nest is feathered. Forgetting the people who are at the bottom barrel of the food chain. They have no real education. They have no real training, no skill, no nothing. But they will need to survive too. Then they will feed on us. They will feed on us. It's almost too late. But it is better late than never sometimes. So when you listen to Mayegun's Diary Political, and you do not see the reason why we all have to kind of like hold our hands, team up, and break up this contraption. You are looking for the easy way out. Easy way out, like giving excuses why it is not possible, why it is not doable. And I come here every evening to show you why we must come together and break up this contraption. That is why you are watching Mayegun's Diary Political, in case if you don't know. It is not just to tell you the story. You see, when I listen to people who say, Mayegun, I don't know how you do this. Sometimes when I listen to you, when I watch your broadcast, I became so weak and so, this and that. Some will say, I become so angry. I am so, that is it. That is the reason why you are watching Mayegun's Diary Political. But you have to do more. You have to be involved. Where you have people, see, when I am somebody who believes that the breakup of Nigeria is the final solution, right? But it is just one of them. When some say, we are going to, what do you call it? We are going to go out there and start a revolution, or we should come together and do a protest. We should come together and vote them out and all of that. Just do something. Do something, because any of this is going to eventually click, right? Every day, the actions and the inactions of these criminals, every of the action is destroying a life or more lives. Somebody is going to be your driver. Yeah, you're going to have some of them as your security men. You are going to have some of them as your laundry men. You are going to have all these people that are going to be involved in your life one way or the other. That guy is a vulcanizer. He is a vulcanizer, for goodness sake. He has a job. But he has a job in a society that has impoverished him so much that he is not different from people who don't get job. That's the kind of people these are the kind of people you have all over the place. People who are like, they are supposed to have a job. But the society, the criminals in power, they have destroyed the country so much that whatever they make has become it has become like nothing. It can no longer take care of them, that they believe that whatever they can do, even if they have to be criminals. And who are those who are going to be their target? You and me. You and me. So if you think Nigeria no concern you because you live abroad, or it no concern you because you can afford to buy a liter of petroleum for 2,000 naira, it simply means your selfishness is not different from other people's selfishness too. Everybody get their own selfish interest or self-centeredness. But what you are doing is that you are helping the criminals in power to further create monsters that will make you and me their easy targets. And when they finally grab you, you will remember my voice. That if you don't break up this contraption, if you don't break up this entire system, listen, it is just a matter of time. The survivors of yesterday, they are the victims of today. The survivors of today, they are the victims of tomorrow. You do not have to agree with a lot of people because of their own choosing pattern. All you have to know is that you just have to be seen to be doing something. Do something that is going to actually make it impossible for these rogues to further sustain their grip, their hold on us, because their actions and their inactions have created more danger for us. Our children will live in this society. It seems like a lost battle, a lost cause. But it is not. It's not totally lost. All of you should just probably begin to think beyond your comfort. You need to begin to think beyond, your own selfish interest that seems to have been so protected. Because, well, you are not a victim yet. Somebody will want you kidnapped for ransom. They don't even know it.
If you decide to vote, if Tinubu wins, all of you are going to join. That is God has spoken. Just let it go live. Let it go live as spoken. Just we have said it. Let me say in English so that they won't understand. Okay, sir.
If Nigerians vote for APC, we sink. We will swindle in poverty. And the economy will be in shambles. If the government of APC continues.
My volume just went off there. Today is election day in America. And a lot of, I think the whole world is watching. And I am somebody who is also watching. I've been following their elections now for at least about for over 20 years. I have, even before I left Nigeria. So this one, I do not want to watch a replay. So that is why I am going to give us a break this evening or this night, so that we can go see what and how this is going to play out. Kamala, Trump. I don't want to miss it out, okay? So thank you so much for joining me this evening, okay? I am, and also today happened to be the 60th remembrance of my mom. So I was out with the family today. And then, it was like solemn time for me. My mom died young. Nigeria killed my mom. You know, she's the reason why I believe that, you see, in that contraption, even your money can't save you. Sure you get. If I was still living in Nigeria and my mom died, I would have blamed it on maybe poverty, that we didn't have money. I had all the money needed, but she was totally misdiagnosed. Don't feel sorry for me, please, because I've kind of like, you know, I found a closure on that. And I do really wish that she's still alive because of what we went through. When I say we, myself and her. However, I always remember her, and I always feel like, you see, if truly, yeah, the dead looks back and she's probably going to be so proud of me. Right. She is going to be very proud of me. So Nigeria killed my mom, and my money couldn't save her. So when I woke up in Glasgow 6 years ago, the 5th of November, I was probably woken up by my sister's, my own junior sister's call. And the first thing was, my mom was dead. I was like, what? I still spoke to her last night, and she sounded very fine. She was my #1 fan. Sincerely. She's the type that was like, Aburu, I was watching you yesterday. Your Aburu play a video for Milano. Your sister was playing me your video yesterday. Hey, Okomi. Chad, Marorao. Am I worried? They can't do me anything. They cannot do anything to me. I know. But Marora. So she was kind of like fine. Then the following morning, she died in her sleep. So I won't forget that. And today happened to be the 60th year remembrance of that. And it was, you know, it was the first time in a long time I actually cried. Seriously. And when I say cried, I'm like, not cry like, no. I was like, oh my God, I won't see her again. I'm never going to see her again. Damn. Oh my God. So she was misdiagnosed. And we were spending money on the wrong thing until when she, you know. So yeah, I kind of I'm still very much on that break. So making it 2 stops, right? So thank you for spending your evening with me. I am going to see you tomorrow. And then after. And I bet when we see tomorrow, yeah, you are either going to have 2 records. So one of the records to be broken. America electing Donald Trump, the oldest American president-elect, or Kamala Harris, the first female president of the United States of America. 2 records to be broken. The rest is probably just to be awaited. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And please, as you are leaving, remember, like the broadcast and subscribe to my channel too. Because we may wake up tomorrow and then break the 3rd record, which is cross the 100,000 subscribers on Mayegun's Diary Politico. We are only just about 14 subscribers out. If we have 14 subscribers or 15, then there will be over 100,000 subscribers on Mayegun's Diary Politico tomorrow. Either way, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Good night. Let me say good night to this side. And good night. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. dòdòdò.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Máyégún diary politico.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ dódódódó.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù.
lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù máyé ń ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.